You that are not married are blessed because you're going to apply this thing before you make a mistake. To save you from the mistakes which some of us made. It is going to save you from the pain which some of us went through. It's going to save you from, and you that are divorced or widowed, you are about to marry, you are blessed because why? You are also going now not to make a mistake, but you're going to build something well. Let's deal with this thing very quickly, and let's try to understand each other. Let's go to the raising of the children. I discovered something. Culturally speaking, when a girl child was being raised, you who are here, who are a bit older, you are now over 50 years. Not jama 2000. Ankulumanga ma 2000. Ma 2000 manezi nkinga zabo bazobalungisa. Now in Dabana, I'm talking about you people that are a little bit older, 40, 50. When our parents were raising a girl child, there was culture infused in them. Is it not so? The culture that was infused in the girl child was to teach the child, number one, how to respect Abadala. Number two, how to work hard, cleaning and sweeping, collecting of water, sometimes even taking water and going to put in the bathroom or helping mama to take water to the bathroom because papa need to bath. So what they were doing is that they were raising them with an infusion of culture in them that a girl at home works. A girl at home does not just sleep. And you're going to discover why our children who are here, they're going to have marital problems. And the reason why we are having problems, these young men who are getting married today. First of all, it's in the upbringing. A boy was raised knowing that one day uzawushada. And because uzawushada, kumele ufunde ukuluse tinkomo sasemncane. Because the tinkomo is our bank account, and the tinkomo is what you need when you're marrying. So when you take care of that, you are taking care of your future. And there was also that mentality of working as a boy, because girls never went to the bush, but boys went to the bush and girls remained home to cook and to make sure when the brothers come, they find food is ready. Is it not so? There was no cell phone, there was no watch, but they knew around 4 o'clock they will be back from the field to the house. So, omulilo, sewiyabaso. They put a pot of water on it for them to come and bath. So there was what I call a mutual communication in silence. And everyone knew their responsibility. That's how culture was. And because of that, when you guys grew up, even when a man took you to the house where there's no electricity, you know how to survive. Umulilo ngawubas. You can put it in kuni and you can survive. Because why? It's an upbringing. Now, I'm going to talk to you as parents who are here. You that got girl children, those girls you are raising are someone's wife. The way you raise them, you are either preparing their future or destroying it. Because a lot of us, we like our kids to look like celebrities. And they'll be marrying poor boys who won't even be able to buy that lipstick you are buying them. I can afford as a father because I work. But I can't guarantee that the husband will afford. And he will just say, you brought me such an expensive girl that is distressing me, that is worrying me, I cannot afford her, she's demanding things, and everything's going to break. So the first thing we need to teach is responsibility. So a girl was taught responsibility. And please, parents, mark this. I will always say this wherever I go. I'm very proud of my children for one reason. I taught them to survive in any kind of a situation. Us, we are not proud people. I never taught kids that you must live in a 5-star hotel. My kids will live anywhere. Put them in a one room, they'll never complain because that's how I raised them. Give them a gusha, they'll eat. That's how I raised them. I never raised them to spoil them and to give them a message where they must feel like they are presidents when they have got no money. To make them feel like they are very important. No manga sevenze. We need first of all to go back to this thing. How you were raised. Why are you not raising your children the way you were raised? I'm asking. You were raised to clean the house. You were raised to clean outside. Your child is 17, doesn't know how to clean outside. And you think she'll be a wife of somebody. Who is going to marry that girl? I still ask a question. Who is going to marry your daughter? Which one? Can't make a bed, come with long nails, eyelashes, good in bed but useless in everything. So get that challenge first of all. Culture is powerful. We were woken up, I don't know about you, Maseko. They woke us up at 4 o'clock to work. Is it not so? Today you are a hard worker. You cannot struggle to work because it was infused in you culturally. But now when we get born again, we throw all these things. We say, when you make a child to sweep, kuno antla ekaya, baba washira nama paint yao. Baba washira nama paint. And you think, let me tell you something, you are raising someone's wife. And I can promise you that child will be back in your house. You're going to keep her. Because no man wants to keep a child like that. No child. The reason why some of the boys, when they grow up, is because they told them when they were growing up, bring your clothes here, auntie's going to wash. When you jump out of bed, jump until you make the bed. When you come, eat and until you collect the plate. And they thought that was riches. Today we are having problems with such men. We are having problems with such boys. Because why? They never learned how to stretch their muscles. The wife must be picking up everything after them. A sock is there, a shoe is there, because we were never taught how to do this thing. And it becomes a problem. So the first pillar which culture brought in was upbringing. So do not lose the proper upbringing of your children before I come to you. Every boy you are raising is going to be somebody's husband. Are we together? That is the reason why our parents, they argued with our mothers, but we never saw them argue. Because culturally, that was wrong for our Dala to argue in our presence. They went in the room or they went to the field and fight there. Why? They were raising children who must learn from them. But today we fight in praise of our children. And the boys, they come to say, oh, so this is how you treat a wife. The way Papa beat Mama, I think when I grow up, I need to beat my wife. Then the girls say, if this is marriage, I don't want to get married. Because if Mama must be beaten like this, and I must be beaten, I'm not going to get married. And they switch off from it. What have you done? You have killed them from their upbringing. But us, our mothers and our fathers, they made marriage so attractive in the sense that even when they were poor, they worked together. Papa went to the field. Mama was at home cooking. When Papa arrived, the first thing a man did was to bath. And we were learning from that. So, upbringing family, I want you to know this. If you are going to have a child, and all of you guys have got children on the way, Jordan is here already born, and all that. These kids, we need to raise them in a certain way. Our raising of children must be prophetic to what they must become. Many people fear to say, when I send my child where, what is it going to be? Me, I sent my child away, my children. I sent my firstborn into Pretoria away. When my daughter went to the university in Polokwane, Chennai, I didn't have a child, I didn't scratch my head. She went and lived in Polokwane for 4 years. I sent Josh to go and live in Pretoria. We found him a room, he stayed there for 4 years. I did not bother. Why? Because I'd planted something in them to do with responsibility. And let me tell you something. When Josh, I think, was doing 3rd year, he told me, Dad, I don't want to use transport anymore to go to school. I need a car. So I gave him my Amarok. When I gave him the Amarok, I told him this. Not that I can't afford, I'm teaching him. I said, because you go to school, Montana and there, me have been driving this Amarok, I know it's light on petrol. I'll give you a full tank. When I give you a full tank, I'm not putting petrol again. So go to school, come home, park the car. If you want to go and jika, you are going to pour your own petrol. And I poured 1 tank for 2 years. Once a month, because 1 tank will last for 30 days. I knew it for a fact. What is that? It's not brokenness. I was teaching him responsibility. You know how his transport business was born? Jet transport. It was because I was putting 1 tank. Then he said, something. He used the brain and he started jet transport. Then he could get the friends in school with the fridges, he transport them. Somebody buy a bed, he transport him. It was responsibility. Not that I couldn't afford, I could. But me being a cultural African man, there are things I don't do for my children even when I have the money. And the money I have. But I don't do it. Because one day I won't be there. What are they going to do? I won't be here forever. So if they don't learn to stand, when I'm gone, they'll be morons. I want them to stand now. That's why they tell me, Daddy, I need this. I don't have. I said, but no, but you just bought a shoe. I saw, it's mine. It's my money. You can't question me for what I bought. I don't have. What am I trying to do? I'm infusing something in them. Very important. So the reason why we survived is because culturally we were raised in a certain way. Culture also spoke to us that we did not need to treat a opposite sex in a different way. Wrongly sorry. If you fought with your sister, you were beaten. Girls were meant to be respected. Very, very important. I think, yeah, we're going to turn the chair somehow. Yes. So girls were taught to be, you're welcome. They were taught to be what? Respected. And because of that, we grew up culturally with respecting the opposite sex. And because that thing was in us to respect our sisters at home, boys slept there, you slept there, you did not touch your sister inappropriately, you did not treat her inappropriately, you did not fight or beat your sister. That thing, it was embedded in us. I see there are 2 chairs there. You'll be comfortable there. One is here, let's put one here. I think you'll be much comfortable. Let's do that. There and there, please. Next to Maseko, let's put one there. You'll be much comfortable. Yes, be much comfortable. Move to the other chair, please. Yes, and Maseko to the other chair. Then put one chair there, a barrister, then you'll be comfortable. Yes. So, yes, you can put one. Now, because of that, when we grew up, we feared girls. We feared girls because they infused in us culturally, ukuti, usesi, you don't abuse them. You don't fight them. It was a cultural upbringing that taught us that. But today, we are not looking into that. That one is not a challenge, it's not a big thing. And because of that, everyone is abusing whoever they want to abuse. They do whatever they need to do. So this one, I needed you to know. A child, you are raising a girl. You are raising a future wife of someone. So a child that does not know how to make a bed at 16, you are brewing a disaster. The world we are living in economically is very tough. No one wants to marry a celebrity. Nobody. Only a fool want to marry a celebrity. You want to marry a woman who is industrious, who understands things. I don't have to hire a person to make a bed. I don't want to hire a person to cook. I don't want to hire a person to come and sweep my room, and it becomes a problem. Culturally speaking, let us talk about this thing. Culturally speaking, when we grew, we were of age. I don't know who experienced that. We never entered our parents' bedroom. Is it here? Maybe it's a different country. Barrister, was it like that? They never allowed us to enter in the main bedroom of our parents. Not really. You could enter. Okay, but you couldn't enter when they are in the room. You still could enter. You guys are white people. Yes? Yes. Okay, you're supposed to know. I believe even you knocked. You needed to knock.
Yes, when you come in, you were supposed to knock first.
Yes.
And come in. In other words, they must give permission. You don't just
enter.
And come in.
With us, totally, we never enter the bedroom. Totally. When you are of age, you did not enter the bedroom. Totally. Let me tell you what that meant. Mother cleaned her own room. Mother made her own bed. Mother took care of that room for the husband. That's what it meant. But let me tell you something. Because culture is not in us anymore, we get even maids to come and clean our room. Nothing wrong if you can't or you are too busy. But there must be a time when you do that on your own, because they discover things they are not supposed to discover. Because a bedroom, so much happen. And culturally speaking, if the maid is going to discover ukuthi umfazi wakho sewusesikhathini because utole ngathi like nguwe ihlazo, because you don't announce your periods. Is it not so? And tomorrow they'll be talking about it to say, hey, Solomon took so. Because you don't do that, because that is a sacred place. The Bible calls a bed undefiled and the holy place. But when we become too modern, there's many things that we destroy and we spoil. And the place loses value and it just becomes a common place. So here is the thing. When we talk about culture, I told you about the bringing up of the boy and the bringing up of the girl, okay? Now, the reason why a boy was taught to work hard is because he's a boy that pays lobola. And in the culture, who can tell me what lobola mean according to culture? Anybody? We are interacting here. Yes. Lobola ishoptini iminani lobola mukipira malobola. Why you keep lobola? Yes. What does it mean? Maseko na.
It's uniting the families.
It's uniting the families.
Yes.
That's why you pay lobola.
Yes.
Okay? You are uniting the families. That's why you pay lobola. Yes? Somebody else? Why does a man pay lobola? Why a woman does not pay lobola? Yes. Why do we pay lobola, Baba?
No. Sorry, Daddy. Yes. In fact, I wanted to say what Masego was saying.
That's what I wanted to say. It's uniting the family.
Yes, unite the family.
When people come to your house to ask a hand in marriage, they have come to unite the family. But when you come to pay lobola, it's a different story. Mommy want to say something. There is your microphone.
Okay, greetings everyone. There are two things actually why lobola was paid.
Okay.
Number one, it was to show appreciation to the family who raised the girl child.
Okay.
And then number two, it was also to bring assurance to the family that the child we are taking will be able to take care of the girl.
I'm taking the last one. It was a pledge to the family ukuthi umntwana wenu uzomnakekela, I'll provide a man enough. Hence a man was tested to do that. Then they brought the lobola. And if the uncles Wamalume will be involved in helping him to come and pay lobola, they have approved him ukuthi umntwana wethu vele is of age and lo msebenzi uzokhona. It means they have checked you. So that's why uncles can never allow a person to go and pay lobola if they haven't tested him to see if ngempela this one can do it. That's why this thing begins from home, where you check the person that this person can be able to do that. Now let's look at some of the pillars of culture very quickly, and I'm going to let you understand. I'm going to let you ask questions. Culture has got the 5 pillars. The first one I talk about is the raising of the children. The second pillar of culture, this one. I'm almost biting my tongue. Is a tough one. Is a pillar of respect. Someone say respect. In the pillar of respect, culturally, a woman was taught to be silent. That's why I tell you I'm biting my tongue. Culturally speaking, the pillar of respect was embedded in the teaching that a woman does not exchange words with her husband. I can feel the heaviness. Why? A woman is not naturally submissive. A man is naturally submissive. I'm going to prove to you. That's why the army, the defense forces are successful, because there are more men in the defense force and men are submissive. When you put them in military, they'll say yes, sir. They'll follow the commands and they'll say yes, sir, because they are submissive. Women are not naturally submissive. Women are naturally lovers. And the men are not naturally lovers. Women are not natural. You women, you are not naturally submissive. So culture taught a girl to say, you need to understand the pillar of respect culturally. A woman should not exchange words with her husband. It sounds like oppression, right? Does this sound like oppression? Now, culture did not say a woman cannot talk. Culture said a woman cannot exchange words. Some of you husbands, you are even shaking when I'm teaching this yourselves. You are shaking. Your woman is not shaking when you are shaking. To say this one is difficult. So, this is what it meant. This is what it meant. Culturally, if umdala or a man is talking, a woman does not enter in the mouth of the man, especially in public. And because of that, there was so much, men were so much respected. And that's why when umabakulu mendaba, which need to be discussed and reached a decision on, women sat that side, men sit this side, and the job of the women was to serve food to them as they are discussing to make decisions. Because the word of a man carried authority, culturally speaking. I'm showing you what we have left behind and why you are quarreling every day, why we are not happy in our marriages, why we are pretending to be happy and we are not. Because The pillar of respect culturally speaks to the woman who could do not answer or exchange words with your husband. And when you practice, you're not going to have an issue. It doesn't mean that you must not talk. Never speak when your husband is speaking. It becomes an argument. And culturally speaking, they never allow that. Let him talk. If there are people you don't even respond, doesn't matter what he said. When you are the two of you, then now you go to Baba. Nkuvile ukuluma lapaya. But what you said, hey, lenda bangimpatanga kahle. Kungana muntu. But you can't say, you can't talk to me like that in the presence of people. You have already taken the head of your husband off and you have disrespected him. And you expect your father, your sisters, your uncles to respect your wife, your husband, who you have undressed in presence of them. No matter how much you argue, never argue in presence of people, especially a woman. Don't say anything. That's what culture taught us. And I believe when Paul was writing the book to say, woman submit, he was taking the pillar of respect of culture from that very point. Don't exchange words with your husband. Don't exchange words. Leave him to talk. Leave him to talk. Do you know why sometimes arguments don't finish? It's because he speak, you speak, he speak, you speak. Sometimes you leave him to speak and you're quiet. He may end up getting tired to speak alone. But where there are people, don't answer your husband. Women, is this okay? Women, is this okay? Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay? Hello? Is it okay? Correct. Correct, mama. Correct. Is it okay, Lapa? Yes, don't answer him. Because why? Is your head, is the man. Is it okay, Mama? Is it okay, Doctor? Is it okay? That pillar, Mfundis, a minister, we have demonized culture. Everything about culture, we threw it away. And we are hanging in a place where we don't know where to be right now. And it's a problem. Because everybody we have married now, girls are celebrities. And men are muffins. They are not responsible. They are learning how to wear tight trousers. And to show boxer behind. We can't do that. A man got to be a man. A man can't wear a trouser that is like you have poo-pooed inside there. Can't do that. A man must be a man. Get things done. Pillar of respect. All right? Pillar of what? It says, where is your husband? We are good. His stool on us. Minister is giving you stool. Where's your husband? Okay, you come and sit in front here and look at you. So, now, I said to you, women by nature, they are not submissive. Who can attest to that? Men, don't fear your wives. Okay, let me start. Is it true? 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 And it does not mean that they are bad. They are not submissive. It's not in them. But they are naturally lovers. That's why a woman can marry a very ugly boy, very ugly. And you take him and accept him. No one cannot even walk, he's so big and fat, cannot even walk. But you take him. You understand? Now, here's the thing. So the pillar of respect is very important for you to understand that One of the things culture emphasized, it was the issue of respect, that the man in the house is respected. Let equality which we have brought in the church, we have lost it. That's why we have a lot of divorces, because there is no respect that is emphasized. And there is abuse, other women are beaten, because why? We have never come to teach this thing called respect. Now, let's look at the Bible. When a woman decided to take charge in the Bible, something happened. Yes, maybe you're going to sit here and turn your chair, or here and turn and look at me. Yes. Come through this way. You can turn these chairs like this, turn them like this and look at me. So here is the issue. The reason why a woman must be silent, do you want me to show you in the Bible? When Adam was given a responsibility, you are not married, catch this thing that's going to help you when you go out there. Some of you, some of the marital challenges you have, you're going to stop them. They're going to come to an end, and you're going to have peace for the first time. When Adam was told by God not to eat from the tree, all right? It was like that. But the day a woman decided to take charge and started speaking, what happened? Everything was lost. Everything was lost. So the first pillar, cultural pillar, it was the pillar of respect where a man needed to take a lead. Okay? But when the 50-50 came in and they said, no, we are living in a modern world, you know where it is beating us. This is what men and women say after I counsel most women. They say, but you can't tell me to submit to him, because even me, I'm working and I'm contributing equally. You must remove material things from attitude. Attitude and material things must be two different things. We are dealing with attitude. We're not dealing with material things. Okay? So, here is the thing. I told you, in the army is successful because men are more submissive naturally. They can say, yes, sir. And they can agree to the commands. Women are not naturally submissive. Women are naturally lovers. And men are not naturally lovers, but they are naturally submissive. You can tame a man. So this pillar was a very strong pillar that came to address a matter among African people, that if things are going to work, a woman must understand the pillar of respect. But what has killed us is that Sifundama book, which are Eurocentric, they speak to us in a European way, not the African way. And everyone want to be like Denzel Washington, all these men and women want to be like a certain particular person, and it becomes a problem. But my prayer to God is that we're going to understand what this issue of the pillar of respect stands for. You must be deliberate about it. You must make it a point, and you must make up your mind to respect your partner. Just respect him. Tell yourself, I'm going to respect him, and you just respect him. It's not in you, but create it in you. Just respect him. It doesn't come easy, but just respect him. Respect your husband. Respect your boyfriend before you are married. Don't tell me I'll respect him when he pay lobola. No. You have got a problem. You must respect him now, so that I know that what you are practicing, you are going to fulfill it. Are we together? Now, somebody said something that is very powerful. And I'm going to show you on the next pillar. The next pillar, which culture taught, it was the pillar of sex. Somebody says sex. I say it, sex. And when I look here, there is no virgin here. There's no virgin here, except maybe these ones who are on the cameras. Sex, say sex. So the pillar of sex, cultural pillar of sex, my son, sex. Culturally, It's something that they taught, because Paul says something powerful. Paul says something powerful in 1 Corinthians, I think it's 1 Corinthians 7, verse number 3, I think up to 5. He says, do not deny your partner the conjugal rights. All right? All right? Except if by prayer and fasting. And you must quickly come together so that you don't open a door for the enemy to enter. So the only door which the enemy uses to enter in most of the marriages is sex. Most of the men here, they fall by sex. When you find the marriage is broken, there is infidelity. When the people are fighting, mostly they fight on infidelity. They find a message in the phone. They find something going wrong. Now, the whole issue is the sex, but we don't want to attend to it. Now I'm going to shock you today, all of you are seated here. Catch these women that you see that they are old and they look old-fashioned. These people have been experts in the area of sex. Those are the real sexologists. That's why every time when a young girl was to marry, they brought elders. Abadala, come here. We show you how to shake this waist properly. And they demonstrate it for you. Is it not true? Women. I'm talking to you. You know why? Because culturally they knew what will keep a marriage and is going to overcome all these problems, arguments, and all these headaches is sex. So proper sex done in a proper way, it was equal to a happy marriage. So the pillar of sex was a very important thing. And you tell me that culture is demonic, and yet they call elderly people to come and teach you sex. Is it not so? They say you're not shaking your waist properly. Some of them, they pinch them here, they pinch them here. Learn to open, they pinch you until you open wide. They are teaching you what to do. So culture was very holistic. These old people, they were very intelligent, even if they are not educated. And today we have come up with our own modern way of doing things, and things are failing. Things are failing. And tomorrow you say, no, no, there is something failing. And you must be deliberate about it. I'm going to teach you something that is very serious. Women, even when they knew that the husband is becoming weak in bed, they knew what menu and what things to bring in the bedroom to feed the husband with. Not Viagra. They knew we'll give him seeds for pumpkin. When he eats, they brought peanuts in the room. Before Alala, he eats some of the peanuts. You understand? He started. Say indoda yakona ikuba nempilo ubona se amandla nawo seyafika yabo mabavuke ekuseni se umama uyahlekelela ngendaba lama peanuts nalama seedlings here. Argument finish. Are you just sitting there? Yeah, you are very weak. Wena how ungishiya ngendlala wena. You help him. So the pillar of sex was a big thing. Let me tell you now how this thing came. That's where I shared with you now. When two people got married, culturally speaking, before you marry, they took a man and taught him. They took a woman and taught her. The challenge we have a lot of untaught wives who are reading Eurocentric books, and some of them watching pornography, to try to come and make marriage work out of pornography. It doesn't work. Because the people you are watching in pornography, they are not doing it out of pleasure, they are doing it out of a paycheck. So they are acting. Are we together? Are we together? So here is the thing. From my research and the different cultures, I checked, I discovered something. A woman is taught about sex holistically. But here is a story that defeats it. Somebody told the story that a man was staying in the city like Nina, what town boys. Then he says, Mina don't want to marry from the city. Over these ladies, banema long hair, banema long nails, bana konke loko. Mina ngifune umfazile unjalo. Mina, I'm going to the village to go and marry. So he went to the village. Makafika at the village, they found him a wife. Now, culture taught that when you are marrying, a woman came to you naked. In short, they came with one dress because you must start to dress them. That's why, culturally speaking, a man was taught to be responsible over a woman. She can't come with a suitcase of clothes. They collected all the clothes back. You must start to dress her when undone. But here is the thing. They are bringing her to you that night. They bring her naked. So what they do, they put a wrapper around. And they throw her in the room where you are. And they tell her, when you enter in the room, do not stay quiet. You must be shaking yourself. All right? Shake him, shake your bums, shake everything. Let your breast be shaking while he's looking there so that you have So the guy now, this woman is taught what to do when he comes in the room, but the man is not taught. So when she's standing there shaking herself like this, he is confused. They have given me a mad woman. I thought I'll find a proper woman. They have sent me a mad woman. How can they send me a mad woman? He opened the door, he runs away. He said, they sent me a mad woman. And they say, she's not mad. What she's doing there is what we teach them to do. Because a woman must make sure she become what? Seductive to you. Seductive. And you can become that in a modern way now. Nalama night dress wenu kungana luto pakati. Ay alama jeans mgoga yono busuku nalama bermuda. Ngiyenza kule into le. Now so the point here is the man ran away in Kambule because he never understood the cultural pillar of sex. The woman was taught, the man was not taught. Are you following me? And when she came, she was dancing like that. She does not communicate with a man because culture teaches women never to talk. So she can't tell me to say, I'm doing this because I was told. No, she must be quiet. So the man runs away to say she's mad because he's not taught. So this is a challenge we have. Women come in marriage well taught, and they found men untaught. And when they find men untaught about marriage, you know what they do now? Because they are taught to be silent. They can never tell you, I was taught this. They hold themselves. Because you're going to think to say, when they want to express what they were taught, you men start to question and say, we funde kopilentole. Then they start to wonder, good, we also talk to saying your favor. That's why so what they do, they give you the ordinary. But these women, they have got stuff they were taught in those homes, but they have never expressed even 40% of it because you are so untaught, and they give you missionary every day. Because they are afraid that if I'm not going to let me show about Uzot, manje. But this thing they teach them. But you know why the women also they decide to pretend and to just make it ordinary? Because a woman culturally is taught never to speak. So they won't speak, they won't tell you anything. Is it okay? No, it's okay. Even if they are unhappy, it's okay. And the marriage become boring and everything start to die. Are we together? These women, they know more than you think. Hey! These your wives, they know more than you think. But you are seated there and you think they are ordinary is because culturally they are not supposed to talk. Please open the water, drink some more, drink some more, drink some more. Drink some more, drink water some more. Please drink some more, drink some more. Drink some more, you are too tight, drink some more. Open the water, drink some more, man, drink some more. Now let me shock you further. We will come. Now it's hot. Now it's hot. Now it's hot. We will come. Thank you very much. We will come shortly. I'll give you a break after this. Now here is the thing. Here's the thing. Women, can I ask a question? The things I'm teaching to say you know more, is it true or it's a lie? Is it not true? Is it not that you are afraid to say, Mawenza lo mhlolo lo baba uzocala ukuquestion? Yes, kule nto ifunde kuphi. So they come ordinary, very humble. But that's it. But they know more than that. Now you see where culture preserved the marriages in that sense. But the challenge is that now, this is where, if everybody understood the power of this, we're gonna, all these people who are selling in Brown Street, they're gonna be out of market. But do you know why they go in the street to sell? They see a need. They are men who are in need, even if they are married. There is something they are looking for. They don't get it. So I come to liberate all of you women here. Hey, the things we are taught, if they ask you to say, lento ifunde kuphi, with the bishop unkululile namhlanje. Senkululekile. Zokuvutha umlilo lamanje. Siyasho. Senkululekile. Awumvanga bishop lapha. Sesikululekile manje. We are showcasing our skill. Now, the pillar of sex, Maminza, was so powerful that elderly people believed in it so much, in the sense that on the honeymoon, when you got married on the honeymoon, they gave you everything, but they gave you three things. One, a cloth, which you call a towel. Two, razors. Three, a small thing like a bow to carry. When you go for honeymoon. When you go for honeymoon. Cultural people, they were so intent about this thing. Why do you carry a razor when it was part of, number one, causing your husband to be vulnerable to you and your wife to be vulnerable to you? So you go out on the honeymoon to go and shave each other. Culturally speaking, let's talk about this thing. If your husband died and they were going to wash him, they find the lana, they must come to your family and they must charge you. True or false? Because a wife must see who could say la manje kuhlomile, say la la la. Abambereza clean and down there. Dule lon mo la pa. It was part of romance and vulnerability. As you are doing that, are you telling that your wife will be shaving you and is touching all the geographical sites and you won't stand up? And you think it will end only on shaving? It won't end there. Now the reason why you must shave your wife, you must know all the GPS and the location, how things move. Because some people are married, they don't even know how their wives look like. If you close your eyes, you can't even imagine how your wife look like. 40 years in marriage. Because the light is off every day. But they said, go and shave your wife so that you could learn to imagine. Geography, GPS. Because otherwise, some of you, that's why you even enter in the wrong place. Hey. Because you have never looked well to Sukutin. That's why they said, go and shave. A razor was given. If a man is bathing, your husband is bathing, and you find the hair is all over, You must say, hey, baba, mawuqeda buya la, ubekele itawulo, la. Uthi ngwe. While you are doing that, angithi uzoba ubamba le nto le uyikhiphe endleleni lapha so. Uyafuna kafuna uzovukela. Where there is no romance. That's how culturally, culturally, that's our elders were teaching us how to touch sensitive parts. Because sometimes in this modern time, people make love, never touch their private part. Bahlangana la kuphela. Hey, indaba ngathi ikhulu leyo. Leyikhulu leyo. Wena nawe you shave your wife nicely. Ubona complication yakhona lapho uthi njani. Umsheve kahle. Mawuqedile uyafuna kafune uzobona ukuthi ngathi namba se uyakhala lapha uyakalwa lapha. Sewuqala ukukhala lapha. Usho ukuthi sengikhalela wena. Sewuyamsula ethi nyembede. Sekuba mnandi. Culture bazaba. Wabona, I've researched on this thing. Those people, they never divorce because of that. And one of the things they invested in is the pillar of sex. These elderly people. That's when you get an old woman here to say she must shake waist. You can't reach yourself there with all your BCom and with all your masters. That's true. That's the truth. And we speak against cultural people, but uma kune problem emshatweni use malume makabuya la uma malume afika ukuluma masiko awusenjalo. He speaks no makoti awukulume kanje nendoda yakho 1 2 3. He's teaching you culture. So the second pillar is a pillar of what? Sex was taught. Boys must be taught how to be men in bed. They need to be taught. And they must know this thing is for pleasure, is not just for a relief. It's not to stop headache. It's for pleasure. Somebody must be happy as much as you are happy. And if there is no happiness, you must discuss it. Where is the problem here? Hence I said to you that, culturally speaking, Labadala, they even brought certain meals. They cook pumpkin leaves, but God is some peanuts pagat. Because peanut has got a certain protein that helps a man. Then they fry the seeds of pumpkin. No, Daiba right now was Ojabula ma fry it into So, men and women are taught, men are not taught. Now, women, in the culture, the reason why they said, take the razors, shave each other. When you are finished, get warm water, clean the person up. They are teaching you, Ukut, this, lenda ole, ya clean one. That's what they were teaching. And that also goes to, because when you shave each other, there is something you're going to do. When you finish, you must know this must be done. Very important. But a lot of us, even when we are married or those when you want to get married, you have taken this issue of sex very light. It's not a big thing for you. Some of you say, some of you say this and that, I'm stressed and all that. Sex will distress you. It will distress you. Once that area fails, you are going to have a very big problem. I promise you. So, this pillar was a very strong pillar. Women were taught, they knew what to do, but many men are not taught, and women are holding themselves. I pray to God that women, you just express yourself, and let's discuss this thing. And you make sure that all the doors are closed and they are shut. Bazabane, I don't want to lie to you. Unfaithfulness in the house of God is at another level. So let's bring the energy home and let's discuss this thing. Some of you don't talk about it because there is something you're unhappy about. But you don't talk about it. Women are also cheating. Men are cheating. Everybody is doing wrong things. and tomorrow you want to say, no, he's a demon. There is no demon. The culture taught us things to see how to cover this. Then I'm going to do the last one, and we're going to deal with the rest of the things. Then culture taught the pillar of cleanliness. Cleanliness. Do you know that lama perfume tenga or nani na they are not for you, to spray them to go to work? How many of you spray perfumes to go to work? You. They are not for work. When the woman broke her alabaster box, the Jewish culture was that. Who is not married? Please, I'm not embarrassing you. You're not married, but you are here, you are a woman. Raise your hand. You are about to be married, I know, in Jesus' name. Everyone is married? Everyone is married. Okay, here. Pindi now, who is about now? Who's on shut up? So now, Pindi now, she's of age. She needs to marry. When she senses Ukuti, she's going to be married, or she has reached the age of marriage, she needed to have what they called an alabaster box. She needed to buy a perfume. You go to Louis Vuitton. You find the perfume. You collect it. You don't spray it. You go in your room, you put it in the cupboard or in whatever, in the safe. The reason why you unale perfume layer is because you know you are of age in marriage. So when you marry, you go for your honeymoon, you need to spray that perfume. So, the culture taught cleanliness. One thing they taught, they never allowed a woman to go to bed. Angagezanga. Hey, laying ngathi izohlupha masiki. See, emphasize ngathi because hey, ngathi is a problem. And a man never went to bed without bathing. You don't say, no, I bathed at 2 o'clock. You are going to be. You must bath. So culture taught cleanliness, which means now, the place you must spray perfume on is when you are going into your blankets. That's when you apply perfume. If you didn't apply perfume to go to work, it doesn't matter. But our perfume is used for work, not when we bath in the night in the blanket. So the pillar of cleanliness teaches that. Because a good smell enhances everything. It makes you comfortable. A good smell relaxes you. A good smell is romantic. So cleanliness. Angeke ungene embedweni elikwapha liyanuka boom. And if a person is standing, he's going to sleep. Anjongo butongo yalala. Nalento na iti pa. Faleli kwapha. Ngeke kulunge. Ikwapha ngapha umlomo ngapha. Haya. Ngeke. This is the reason why culturally when young people were married, they gave them razors. It was a sign of cleanliness. Check each other. They were given a towel to clean each other. How many of you know a cooking stick? Maupekeli porridge. Ngwembe. When you use ngwembe in the evening to cook pap, even if you did not wash plates, culturally speaking, you must wash it. Ngwembe does not sleep without washing it. Inangifundisa culture mina do. Ngwembe. You can leave the plates unclean, not ngwembe. Because if you try to wash it tomorrow when you want to use it, it's a lot. Umesa. Keep a little porridge. So ngwembe la pembedwe la pebedu ngwembe la. Awulale ungawashiwanga ngwembe. Ngoba kusasa izobe inkinga. So they used to use a cooking stick to teach young girls who quit, hey, wabona ngwembe does not sleep unwashed. That's why kubana matawulo endlini ekamereni. Not the towel we have used, ivaslap. After ugeze ngalo, then waliyanika leli vaslap, then se manje liwomile. linjenge ngelizenke sekunokusebenzisa uzobulala umuntu. So these are the pillars, ladies and gentlemen. They taught culture. They taught you how to bath, using a stone to scrub yourself, exfoliating, using a stone. That's how culture. They taught women how to bath. Everywhere that will have no smell anywhere in the world. That's how they taught them. And the men were taught as well in the same way. There was a pillar of cleanliness. Now, they didn't have the chemicals you have. They didn't have all these soaps you have. They didn't have all these things, but they taught them. But today, we don't discuss these things. Your partner, the armpit will be unfresh. You won't talk about it. You'll be complaining in Conway. I mean, when I'm in bed, this man, this and that, this woman, this and that. You need to talk about it and make sure you prepare yourself to the glory of God. And the reason why they wanted you to shave each other, the Bible says in Genesis 2:25, they were both naked and they were not ashamed. Today we heard that kukishwa malampalapa. Some people only want to have sex in the night under the beddings. They don't want to remove the beddings. Listen, when a man takes you, he took you the way you are. Whether you have got a mark somewhere, whether you have got a drawing on the stomach, that's it. So these are the pillars of culture that kept marriages today. And our old people, this is what made them to survive. The pillar of raising the children, the pillar of cleanness, the pillar of sex, and it also taught men responsibility. And I'm going to say this thing, because every time you talk about this thing, the women say, we cannot be able to do what we are supposed to do as we respect our husbands, because our husbands, we are contributing equally, sometimes even more than them. And I'm going to talk to all men with all humility. Never be a lazy man. Never be a lazy man. Do whatever it takes to provide for your home. You must be a provider. Whether your wife earn 1 million, we thank God for the 1 million, but never fold your arms. Be the man that makes things happen in the home. Do whatever you can do to make sure. You do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Whatever you can do, God is going to bless you. So, culturally, this is what culture teaches us. Lobola teaches you responsibility. From there saying, if you bring lobola, you are telling us to say, you brought us 12 cows, but ekaya ukwazi ukutenga wena 5 kg yenyama, but ulete 12 yetu nkomo la peka. Kanjani? Utaka atini. How did you get 12 cows, but you can't bring 5 kg of meat home? Bring a cow the same way you collected those ones you brought to us. Now get a cow for us to eat. Hey. Please, let us interact about culture and this thing. You have a comment, you have a question. Let's interact. I'm not going to answer all the questions. We're all going to put our heads together and we're going to answer. I believe after now, everybody's going to be freed. So we want to, okay, talk and let them know. Me, now this thing, if somebody asks you, say, Lento ifunde copy. Before Israel, I was taught. I came here ready. I was ready for you now. Stop pulling yourself back. Then when these men go out and they find some small girl on the other side, upside down. When you are busy saying culture says we don't talk about this thing. Culture says no, we must keep this thing to ourselves, and it's a problem. And I don't believe also the failure of sex is because of the woman. Even a man must be taught how to do this thing. He must know that you're not having sex with your wife for your satisfaction. It's for our satisfaction. You need to know that both of us, we must be happy. It's not about you. You're not in a restroom. You're not here to pee. You are here to make sure I'm happy and you are happy. That's how this thing works. So, all of you are not married. I believe you are ready for that. And God is going to help you. And you who are having challenges, please, pillar of respect. Respect your namfunokunichela njemina njengomfundisi wenu. If a marriage le ingana respect, it needs a lot of intercession to stand. I'm telling you the truth. You need prayers to make it stand. But respect, you don't need no prayer. If you respect your partner and you husband, you love your wife. A man who does not love his wife, his marriage needs a lot of prayers for it to stand. Love is not money. Love is an attitude. How do you treat her? How do you look at her? That's all. That's love. If you love your wife, she won't be carrying a child, cooking food. You are reading newspaper. You are watching television. You say, no, culture, I'm the head of this house. You are in bed on WhatsApp. She's cooking. She's washing plates. When you have gone to sleep, when she comes, you want her to it becomes a problem. So now you're launching is on the operation table. You open the stomach, keep a matum. Because you don't want to deny and not helping each other. Thank you guys. Let's interact. Let us interact. These are simple things. Of course. These are simple things. But we call them demonic. Yeah, culture ifuneka. Culture yafuneka. Culture yafuneka. Don't tell me culture ifuneka. Culture yafuneka. Because culture teaches you how to do things right. Culture teaches you to defend your wife. And the culture teaches you to say this wife is for our family. And the whole family must love the woman. The whole family must love the woman. If you marry, we shall tell her the whole family. But if the whole family doesn't love your wife, then they don't understand what culture is. It's a problem. That's why we help our children when they're having problems. We help our makotis when they're having problems. Because lo makoti way too is for us. So we must help them. When we have got money to buy a house or to pay a house for her. Because Loma Court, where to our son has married for us. I've seen John. That's culture. But English people, you say, father, mother, that's it. It shouldn't be like that. Family, we must be together. Thank you guys. Any question, any interaction? We're going to have coffee. Yeah? Okay, now umfana wami. And he's not married. We have who's now. But you have who's. If you want coffee, you can have coffee. There is coffee there, please. Minister is going to tell us what to do. Me, I'll just continue. We're just interacting. Yeah. If you